The universe is filled with mystery. Although we have discovered a lot about it, we're still not entirely sure whether intelligent life exists elsewhere. Many people have dedicated a lot of time to proving the existence of aliens. One very popular culmination of aliens is UFO sightings. Throughout time, there have been a countless amount of UFO sightings, but there is a man named Prophet Yahweh who claims that he himself can actually summon UFOs. On May 25th, 2005, ABC News did a story about a man who goes by Prophet Yahweh in Las Vegas, Nevada, who claimed to be able to summon UFOs. In order to prove his ability, he agreed to summon a UFO live on camera. ABC News chose the day, the time, and the location at which the test would take place. When the time came for the UFO summoning, Prophet Yahweh started praying, and about 15 minutes later, this white dot could be seen flying around in the sky.
I can see it clear as day. In fact, it's bright.
I can't believe this.
It's moving pretty fast.
Not long after it appeared, it disappeared back into the sky. No one is exactly sure what it was, but given the circumstances, it was definitely something to look into. Prophet Yahweh's real name is Raymond Watkins, and he said that he learned how to summon UFOs by studying the Old Testament. He believes that the Bible's mention of pillar of fire, Ezekiel's wheel, and the glory of the Lord were all references to UFOs controlled by aliens. Watkins claims that he summoned his first UFO in the late 1970s, and has ever since summoned over 1,500 more, and supposedly has witnesses to vouch for him. In August of 2014, Raymond Watkins died of a heart attack. I definitely think Yahweh's demonstration on the news was impressive, but it might have been nothing more than a hoax. First of all, we don't know for sure if what we saw was actually a flying saucer. Like most of these kinds of videos, the quality is low, we can hardly make out the object. All we really see is just a ball of light. So honestly, this could have been anything. I doubt that Watkins somehow set this up ahead of time because, like I said earlier, ABC News chose the day, time, and location to ensure Watkins could not tamper with anything. But that doesn't mean that this could not have been something else that just happened to show up at the right time. Still, it's impressive that anything at all showed up shortly after the prayer. But maybe this was just a coincidence. After Watkins summoned this UFO, he said that starting next week, there would be a lot more UFO sightings, and one would even come down close enough for all of Las Vegas to see.
Prophet Yahweh says, though, this is just the beginning. He says we're going to see a lot more of these things starting next week. And he says one will come down low enough for all of Las Vegas to see.
Well, this news report took place on May 25th, 2005, so if Watkins was correct, then there should have been a lot of UFO sightings, and one particularly large sighting that happened sometime at the beginning of June 2005. Unfortunately for Watkins, I wasn't able to find anything about a single UFO sighting in June of 2005, let alone one that was big enough for all of Las Vegas to bear witness to. Upon further looking into that claim that Watkins made, I found out that he actually said he would be summoning UFOs daily from June 1st to July 15th. June 29th was the day that he claimed to summon a UFO that would descend and hover over Las Vegas for 2 whole days. He even made a deal with James Randi to win $1 million if he could do this. For those of you unaware, James Randi is a paranormal debunker who has a challenge where he will give $1 million to anyone who can prove that they have some type of supernatural ability. To this day, no one has ever claimed the prize. June 29th rolled along, and as you would expect, Watkins failed to summon the UFO over Las Vegas. His excuse was that the Las Vegas media refused to cover the event, so he didn't want to summon the UFO. How convenient. It's also important to note that while it was impressive that this UFO summoning was a success, Watkins has also failed a very large amount of other UFO summonings. Later in the week of that ABC News clip that you saw, Watkins attempted another summoning of a UFO for an NBC affiliate, but no UFO showed up. Also in 2000, Watkins told those in his email list on the Channel 2 News that there would be UFOs that showed up in a very big way. This also never happened. His excuse for his failure was that the aliens aren't always loyal to him. So here we can see that although sometimes his predictions have been correct, there are also a lot of times where he's just plain wrong. It seems reasonable that he would get lucky every once in a while. One thing that's kind of funny is that, in a way, Raymond Watkins actually falsified himself. He claims to rely upon the Old Testament, but in the Old Testament it says the one sign of a false prophet that their prophecy does not come true. Well, since several of Watkins' prophecies about UFOs were very wrong, this would automatically disqualify him for being a prophet of God. Luckily, we don't live in the times of the Old Testament anymore because back then, the punishment for being a false prophet was death. Raymond Watkins may have been able to successfully summon one UFO live on TV, but even that summoning wasn't mind-blowingly impressive. Combine that with the number of times he was wrong in the past, and the false predictions that followed the ABC News appearance, and it's safe to say this guy probably couldn't actually summon UFOs. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.